Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into something very crucial for every virtual assistant, every social media manager: how to set up yourself for success before you even start working with your very first client. Whether you are starting out or you are looking to refine your process, these 5 essential steps will help you to build a strong foundation and avoid common pitfalls that happens to virtual assistants. Trust me, getting this right will save you like tons of headache down the road. Let's jump right into it. All right, let's get straight into it. The very first step is know your services and pricing inside out. You have to be crystal clear on what you're offering and how much you're charging before you even think of taking on clients. Take out the time to outline your services in detail and decide on your pricing structure. This will help you confidently communicate your value to potential clients and avoid undercharging for your hard work. Having this information at your fingertips is also easier to tailor your services to each client's needs. Plus, it helps you to set boundaries so that you are not taking on work that doesn't even align with your expertise. Exactly. Then step number 2 is create a client onboarding process. Guys, you have to create a client onboarding process. Imagine this: you have a client and your client signs the contract and suddenly they are bombarding you with emails and tasks before you've even gotten to know their business. Does this sound familiar? Avoid this by establishing a solid onboarding process. This can include an initial consultation, a welcome packet, or an onboarding questionnaire. This process helps you, it helps you to gather information that you need upfront and sets the tone for a professional working relationship with you and your client. Not only does a good onboarding process also make you look professional, but it can also ensure that you and your clients are on the same page from day one. Trust me, it's a game changer. Save yourself the headache, I'm telling you. Number 3, get your contract in order. I can't stress this enough. Like always, and I mean always, have a contract in place before you start working with a client, no matter how much you think your client. Your contract should clearly outline your scope of work, your payment terms, deadlines, and any other expectations. This is your safety net if things doesn't go out as planned. It's also a great way to manage expectations and ensure that both you and your clients are protected. If you are not sure where to start, there are plenty of templates available online. You can even get my virtual assistant starter ensemble that has all the templates you need as a virtual assistant, but I recommend getting a lawyer to review it. Step 4, set a clear schedule. Yes, set a clear schedule. Have a clear schedule in place. One of the biggest challenge of being a virtual assistant, a social media manager, is managing your time effectively. Yes, before you take on a new client, make sure that you have a clear schedule in place. This includes setting aside time for client work, their social media tasks, administrative tasks, and of course some downtime. Anything can actually happen. You never can tell. Unforeseen circumstances. Trust me, burnout is real and it's not pretty, guys. It's not pretty. You have to have a schedule. Having a schedule actually helps you to stay organized. It ensures that you are dedicating the right amount of time to each client. It also gives you a framework to manage multiple clients without feeling overwhelmed, feeling burnt out. Exactly. Manage your time, schedule time for each client so that you don't end up overworking yourself. Even though it may seem easy at first, but trust me, at the long run you can get overwhelmed. Then another thing, the last but not the least, is establish communication guidelines. Yes, it's so easy, but it's something that if you overlook, it can actually cause much more problems. Clear communication is key to a successful client relationship. Decide on the best ways to communicate with your clients, whether it's through WhatsApp, it's through Zoom calls, it's through your emails, or it's through even phone calls or project management tools. Make sure that they know exactly how to communicate with you, how to reach you. This is actually very important. You set boundaries for your availability so that you are not answering calls at all hours of the day. Yes, some clients can call you in the midnight. If there is no boundary, of course they will call you. You set communication guidelines early, and this actually help you to prevent misunderstandings and ensure that both you and your client are on the same page, so that you are not receiving your client's chat on WhatsApp and you are on Instagram, they are sending you DM again, and you check your email, they are right there again. It's annoying. Maybe to me, but you know what, you get the drift. There you have it, guys. I've just shared with you 5 essential steps to take before working with your very first client as a social media manager, as a virtual assistant. You have to follow these 5 essential steps before working with any client. By knowing your services, creating a strong onboarding process, having solid contracts in place, and setting a clear schedule, and also establishing good and strong communication guidelines, you will set yourself up for success. That's just it. As a virtual assistant, as a social media manager, and build a very, very strong, lasting relationship with your clients. It's not going to be a one-off and you just work once and they will not contact you again. To avoid that, have every of these essential tips in place. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and also share it with your fellow virtual assistant, fellow social media manager.